You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network. You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Good morning, everybody out here in Las Vegas and all my sports bettors around the world. It is back, the NFL. That's right, week one, and we've got some people on the line this morning that are going to help you get some cash. Introducing back to you my main man, Ronny B., king of the sportsbook over at Rampart Casino here in Las Vegas. Ronny, how you doing, brother?
Good morning, JB. It's a good morning today, Sunday morning.
That's right, Sunday morning, NFL Week 1, and I brought him back, special guest. Hard to get a hold of him, but we brought him back here to make up for what we did yesterday in college football. My main man, John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook, RotoWire.com. Good morning to you, John. How are you?
I'm doing good, JB. Thanks for having me on, and can't wait to rock and roll on this show today.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Week 1 NFL. Going to do a quick college football recap after we come back from this short commercial break. But again, guys, we've been waiting for it all year, the NFL. I'm going to make up for it today. Dogs are barking. And again, as I said before, two of my best handicappers on the line, John Ryan and Ronny B. from Las Vegas. So you keep it locked here with me, JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back from this short break, we're going to jump into it. NFL Sunday. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Get ready to showcase your brand to the exploding sports betting and fantasy sports audience to elevate your business this season. Advertise on the VSX Digital Sports Network, broadcasting locally on KSHP and nationwide on iHeartRadio. Experience the power of digital and broadcast radio with great value, fast results, and no hassle. Reach a dedicated audience and watch your brand soar this season. Discover why VSX flagship show, Vegas Scoreboard Express Live, is rated #1 on GoodPod, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, and top 5 on FeedSpot for best radio podcasts in Las Vegas. Get your brand in front of an engaged and loyal audience who are looking for the best sports advice and great offers. Advertise with VSX Digital Sports Network. Your success is our commitment. Visit VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com or call 702-909-0585. Take your business to new heights this season. Don't miss out on this opportunity to connect your brand with sports enthusiasts across the nation with VSX Digital Sports Network. All money, all sports, no bull. Visit VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com or call 702-909-0585. Log on or call today.
STN Sports is the only sports betting app you need this season. STN Sports has it all. In-play betting, mobile parlay cards, the Play Plus card to fund and withdraw from anywhere in Nevada, and the latest lines on every game. STN Sports even lets you earn rewards on every bet. Safe and easy betting from your phone or tablet. Go to StationCasinoSports.com or sign up at any Station Casino, Fiesta Wildfire, or the El Cortez. Details at the sportsbooks.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
Man, Scoop, Crook Clan, Timberland.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball,
Timberland, whatever I say.
JB the Ticket.
Y'all gotta do whatever I say. Y'all gotta do
Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Oh, Lord, guess
Giving you that grease.
Still drunk. Getting crunk like me.
That's right, JB the Ticket back at you live, giving you a little bit of Fat Man Scoop. Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. Timberland and Magoo, rest in peace to Magoo as well. Two of my favorite artists dropping some beats, and that's right, you got to do what I say. I'm back on the line with you here, JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express Live, 107.1 FM, AM 1400, talking about this NFL Week 1. John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook. And RotoWire.com is on the line with me. John, we'll start off with you. Of course, Ronny B. here in Las Vegas, king of the Rampart Casino. Just to talk about it before we get into the NFL, let's talk about how you did yesterday in college football, because I gave out 2 dogs. These dogs, Animal Control was on patrol. There was no hope for them. Talking about Sam Houston State and talking also about Appalachian State. Appalachian State Sorry, guys, they got wiped out in the first quarter, played with no heart. I did also tell you guys to take the Marshall Thundering Herd. They thundered that herd right down the toilet. A lot of money was lost yesterday on some of these big dogs. John, I hope you did a little bit better. Go ahead.
I did modestly better, JB. It was it's a week one type of card, a week two kind of card, I should say. We had a lot of these big favorites showing up like it was practice, starting with Penn State, falling behind at halftime to Bowling Green.
Oh, yeah, Penn State.
Alabama was 18-10 at 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. And, of course, we had the Notre Dame situation, which was one of the greatest upsets I think I've seen in the last 10 years or more. Totally ashamed for the Irish fans because they had a schedule where they could have gone undefeated. And now, because of that loss, they may not play enough good teams other than USC to actually make the top 12. So it was rock and roll, but I ended up going 3-2 yesterday. That's better than 2-3, I guess.
Yeah, we went, I think what I gave out yesterday, be honest, I think I went like 3-4. Ronnie B, you did pretty good yesterday. The Maryland bet that you gave me, though, came up short at the end. I never knew that Michigan State could score late, and like I said before, the issues with their head coach last year moving into it. Also, Michigan, man, that was atrocious. 80,000 in the big house, and they got wiped out. Texas came in and put a hurting on them. But, Ronnie B, go ahead with your thoughts on some of your picks yesterday, college football, and we'll jump into this NFL.
Well, we did good with Texas. We almost hit the score exact what we gave out on the radio. We told them they scored 12 points. They scored 12. The Maryland game, we got beat in the last 4 minutes. If he makes that field goal, goes up 10, might be a different story. But we did okay. I think we went like 5-2 yesterday. And my clients, I gave out Northern Illinois plus the 28.5. So we were happy there.
There you go, Northern Illinois. I didn't see that happening. I was looking at dogs that I thought had some teeth, but the dogs did not have teeth yesterday. Animal Control was on patrol. They were picking them up, putting them in the pound, and putting them down. So, guys, again, NFL Week 1, let's go ahead and jump into it. Being brought to you by our friends over at Flaviar Whiskey. That's right, Flaviar Whiskey. Over age 21, elevate your glass. If you're looking for some of that good liquor, French liquor, foreign liquor, they got all kinds of good stuff. And, of course, those American barrels of that classic small batch whiskey. Get over to jbtheticket.com, scroll down, and click the Flaviar link. You will not be disappointed. So there are some matchups today in the NFL that I have been looking at for the last couple of weeks. Let's go ahead and talk about it. The one that everyone has on their minds. And we're talking about it today. When you wake up and you look at the NFL and you say to yourself, what's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Everybody's been emailing me, telling me, JB, the Steelers, who's going to be quarterbacking? Who's going to be taking over the play calling? Is it going to be their head coach? And then you look at the Falcons, who they were playing, and I saw them get obliterated in the last game of the preseason. So it was just a tough situation for me to give out any information on this game. But I figured, look, I got two of the best handicappers in America on my show. Let's see what they think, because that game is not on my list. Again, I mean, Pittsburgh, I thought they should have got rid of the coach a couple of years ago. But, again, he's hanging on in there. But, John Ryan, I'll start with you. The Pittsburgh Steelers, is this going to be a season where now they drafted Kenny Pickett, they've gotten rid of Kenny Pickett, brought in two quarterbacks, and there's some confusion with Russell Wilson having the age and Justin Fields just not having the grease? Go ahead.
I think the Steelers could be a surprise, JB. I'll tell you why. It's the defense. The defense is going to be really, really good, and they're going to keep them in the game. And if an unsuspecting favorite like today makes a late turnover, say in the fourth quarter, and they're within one score, you're going to see the Steelers win more games than not. I'm actually on the Steelers today, and I'll tell you why. One of my algorithms is as follows. It's gone 15 and 23 straight up, 40%. Now, keep in mind, we're playing dogs here. 23 and 12 with three pushes for 67% against the number since 1990. You're betting on underdogs that have defeated the current opponent in each of the last two meetings. The opponent won 2 or fewer of their last 5 games in the previous season. The dog won 3 or more of their last 5 games in the previous season. We know Tomlin's quite good. He's never had a losing season. He's had teams that I would say 90% of the head coaches in the history of football would have had a losing record.
Right.
Moving on to the rest of it, the total is 46 or fewer, and the game occurs in the first half of the season.
There you go.
Puts me on the Steelers, and I think they're going to win the game.
There you go. If he likes the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game, got to listen to John Ryan. John Ryan, tell them where they can get the rest of your picks for the slate today, and then we'll move on to one of the games that I have on my list. And Ronnie B, I'll get your thoughts on the Steelers-Falcons as well. But John Ryan, go ahead.
Well, the easiest way is to get me on the X at John Ryan Sports 1. Send me a direct message. We'll get you lined up today for free as a test drive for anybody who wants to get all 6 plays. I also have a 10-unit max play going today, which is, JB knows it's like my game of the month with no hype.
There you go.
So it's a very exciting day.
There you go. Ronnie B, your thoughts on this Steelers-Falcons game. I don't have it on my list here, but a lot of folks have been asking me about what's the situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm on the other side here with this one. I'm liking the Falcons, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to go with the quarterback matchup. I think Justin Fields has been now appointed to start the game because of a little injury issue with Russell. So I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins. I think he can air it out at home. It's his first start in Atlanta. And I just don't think Justin Fields is ready to do his thing. Yes, the Pittsburgh defense is probably a little better. But at home, with Kirk Cousins' first game, little Bijan Robinson coming out of the backfield, I think that's going to be I'm going to lean Atlanta. I think it's a dog Sunday, but this is the one dog that I don't like.
There you go. He likes the Atlanta Falcons here at home. Let's move into one of the big dogs that I've been taking a look at the last couple of weeks. And I've been looking at this, and I've been saying to myself, JB, should you make this bet? They're on the road. It's 6.5. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. A rotation number. This is the big one, guys. You got to take a look. And I'm 467. The Arizona Cardinals, 6.5 road dogs. I thought it would be more. Okay. Plus 250 on the money line going up against the Buffalo Bills. Rotation number 468. Minus 300. Very expensive for Buffalo. But the Arizona Cardinals are interesting. Kyler Murray seems to be back to form. The injuries are over, and he's got a dynamic rookie in Marvin Harrison Jr. that will help him improve to play the game the way he played in college is what made him a top pick. Kyler Murray used to just throw it up. I mean, he would throw it up to guys like CeeDee Lamb. You know, they would just get down there. I'm talking about when he was at Oklahoma. He would just throw it up, and these big receivers would get it. Now he's got a receiver with hands of gold, speed, good route running, ready to play today, barring any sort of unhealthy issue with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think that on the other side, the Buffalo Bills, they got a lot of problems. Traded away their number one wide receiver. I told you about that. Diggs did not want to be there. He had issues with Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, we're hearing rumblings from my friends up in Orchard Park back in New York that he may want out and go to a warmer climate. So I don't know if the Bills are going to be up today to beat up on the Arizona Cardinals, and we haven't heard much out of Phoenix. Again, I've got some folks out there, and they're telling me that the offense looks very sharp, and Kyler Murray looks like he's kind of, back to form. But I'll go over to you, John Ryan. When you take a look at this particular game here, do you think the Arizona Cardinals are one of those teams that no one is talking about that has a chance to really get into the side of that spread today if, say, they can get the first touchdown? Early touchdown. I'm expecting Marvin Harrison Jr. to have a big opening day. Let's see what we can do with that. Go ahead, John.
I like the Cardinals quite a bit, JB. I think they have a chance to win the game and catch Buffalo off guard, so to speak. They also are catching them in Buffalo with fair weather conditions, which we all know Arizona is a hot weather team.
Right.
So that's another advantage. I think the most important advantage is that Kyler Murray is now healthy for the first time. It feels like since 1980.
There you go.
But he is 100% healthy, and I think Buffalo is going to really have their hands full. Last point, in the Circus Survivor, we know that in the first couple of weeks there's always carnage with the Eliminator. And the Bills are the third most popular pick, accounting for 12% of all the entries. So I'd be careful backing the Bills here. It seems to be a very popular bet and maybe too popular, and we should be a little contrarian.
There you go. Looking at that dog, Ronnie B. You got the Arizona Cardinals coming in. Didn't have a great preseason, but I think it was more for them to just wind up and get ready to start off this season the right way. And like you said before, Kyler Murray is now healthy. And when you have a healthy Kyler Murray, you have to ask yourself, with the type of receivers he's had, he's had D-Hop, he had old Fitzgerald, a lot of old long in the tooth guys that really couldn't get him over the hump. Now he's got a young stud on the wing there. Do you think that's going to be a factor for Arizona, or are we going to see the Buffalo Bills try to double coverage this guy and maybe Kyler Murray get a couple of scrambles, hit a couple of open folks down the field? I do think that the Cardinals, because no one is talking about them and they had such a rough preseason, could be a shocker in week 1 today and going into next week. But again, against the Bills today, I do agree with John. If the Buffalo Bills are caught sleeping today, 6 is a big spread. That's a touchdown. If you can buy it up, I suggest you do that. Try to take it to 8.5. Ronnie B, go ahead.
Well, I have to disagree with both you guys, and this is my handicap in this game. I'm going to start out with the quarterback situation. If I'm going to bet on the quarterbacks, I'm going to take Josh Allen at home over Kyle Murray on the road, regardless of his health situation or whatever the case may be. And then the Mafia at Buffalo Stadium, they're going to be out roaring, and I believe the defense on Buffalo is going to show up and keep Kyle under control. So if I had to play it, I'm going to fade the public because I believe a lot of the public is going to take the points with Kyle Murray. So I'm going to fade here, and I'm going to take Buffalo and see if Josh Allen can be Josh Allen.
There you go, seeing if Josh Allen can be Josh Allen. Let's move along to another big dog today. A lot of road dogs. The New England Patriots are heading out to Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati has got some questions as well from a wide receiver perspective. Rotation number 463, the New England Patriots, huge dog at +9 on the spread, +325 on the money line. The over and under in this game, meaning the total, is only 41. Rotation number 464, Cincinnati Bengals have got wide receiver issues. You got T. Higgins out with an injury and Jamar Chase. We don't know if he's going to sign his contract right before the start of the game. So that brings the question to me again, with Joe Burrow coming back from a slight injury, getting himself back healthy, is there any opportunity for the Cincinnati Bengals to win by a touchdown and a field goal today? Because the New England Patriots, they seem to believe a lot in Drake May, that young rookie. They're laying it all out on him. And they weren't too bad in the preseason. We saw some things that we liked, but the reality here is that the Cincinnati Bengals don't have that offensive core lined up in this first game. And do you think that could be a problem? I'll go over to you, Ronnie B, first.
Well, I'll tell you, this is, when I said earlier at the beginning of the show, it's a dog Sunday. This is one of my favorite dogs today. I believe this is, again, fading the public. I think everybody likes Cincinnati and Mr. Burrow. But as you said, JB, I don't think he's going to have a receiver today. I don't think Chase is going to play. I think he's going to prove a point because he hasn't signed his contract. Higgins is going to be out because of an injury thing. So he's got nobody to throw the ball to, a couple rookies that haven't even caught a ball in the NFL. So I'm going to go with and take the points here, and I think New England's defense will keep it close, and we'll see what happens.
I believe you there, Ronnie. Finally, we got a consensus. I'm looking at this game, and I'm saying new head coach Gerard Mayo, he understands how to talk to these young players and get them motivated. You know, the post-Bill Belichick era has begun in New England. And when you talk about the New England Patriots, going over to you, John Ryan, they've got that dynamic rookie, Drake May. They believe in him, but they've also got some strong receivers and picked up a few guys in free agency. Elaborate on that. And again, the dog position at +9, the Cincinnati Bengals, if you wanted to buy that up a full point to say 10, do you think the Patriots can play well today in Cincinnati and keep that spread close? Total came down a little bit just now. Looking at the live total, came down a hook to 40.5 if you want to talk about that total. But where do you think the Patriots are? Is this a good start for them on the road today? Go ahead.
I do think it's a good start for them. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than the 7-point spread right now. It's at 7.5. A couple of weeks ago, you guys know, it was at 8.5. And the whole world is betting the Bengals. In fact, it's the number one pick in the Circa Survivor at 4,895 picks, accounting for 34% of the entries. And it wasn't too long ago, 2 years ago, we lost 60% of the entries in this contest in the first 2 weeks. So it makes me scratch my head a little bit.
Yes.
Needless to say, in the Circa Survivor, I didn't pick the Bengals today, JB, but you know, I think the 49ers, the Patriots, are in a very good spot here. There's an algorithm that's gone 70% against the spread since 2000. And for those people that don't think a favorite of this magnitude can lose, I assure you they can. And I'll just mention one game. In 2018, the Lions were playing the Jets. And they were 7-point favorites, the Lions were, and they lost the game outright and failed to cover the spread by 38 points. So there you go. That's a pretty good example. Don't ever assume that these favorites are just automatically going to beat up on the dogs.
I'm telling you right now, this is a matchup that is circled on my book today. The New England Patriots. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking them in the points as well. If you're not scared, some in-game betting, you may want to take a money line pre-snap because, like I said before, if the Cincinnati Bengals have offensive issues early, and we know they've had offensive line issues, Joe Burrow, he gets hit one time the wrong way, we could see a meltdown in Cincinnati, and you guys don't want to miss out on that money line opportunity with the Patriots at over 300 plus 325. My friends over at betus.com. Go to betus.com. If you're of age in a legal jurisdiction, we can hook you up. VSX125 is the offer code. That's right. VSX125 is the offer code. Another interesting game here getting matched up, starting rotation number 459, the Minnesota Vikings. These guys have made some changes. I don't know if they're going with McCarthy today. But rotation number 460, the New York Giants, +1 in the dog position. We know where they're going. Daniel Jones. Oh, Lord. Going over to you, Ronnie B. This is a guy who came out top pick out of Duke. It confused everyone, and he's really, made all the confused people kind of, right here. He hasn't put that team over the top, and they're playing a Minnesota Vikings team. Best wide receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson. He's getting the start today. But it's price tight. -1 Minnesota Vikings. Even money for New York on the money line. This one is almost a pick 'em at this point. Are these two teams that are just terrible? Are you on this game, or do you want to see something out of Daniel Jones? Do you think that the New York Giants can actually get to work today? Go ahead, Ronnie B.
Get to work. Well, I'll tell you, JB, I'm not on this game for the simple reason they're both, like you just said, bottom feeders here. If you had to play the game, or if you're interested in the game, I'd go with Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be starting the game. And then you got the Justin Jefferson, best receiver in the NFL. So I'd go with those two angles and possibly play the Vikings. But other than that, I really don't like the game.
There you go. Moving along again. I don't like it as well. Just an interesting matchup here. You talk about Sam Darnold. Didn't have a lot of success from any means in New York. He bounced around, went out to the 49ers. Now, if he's getting the start today, John Ryan, throwing it over to you. Do you think there's any opportunity for the Minnesota Vikings to come back to form? Because they were a team that was hot a couple of years ago. Kirk Cousins is now down in Atlanta. Sam Darnold, a journeyman, getting the start today. Can he revive his career and get you that -1? Go ahead, John Ryan.
I agree with all you guys. I think it's a game you avoid. There's the opportunity to spend your hard-earned money. There's a lot better opportunities in taking a bet on two expected to be terrible teams. So I wouldn't put money on the Giants. It's my worst enemy's money. And I wouldn't do it on Minnesota either. So I think we just pass on this game and move on to the next one.
There you go. When we come back from this short commercial break, more grease from my guys. Honesty. That's what VSX is about. I told you about that bloodbath yesterday in college football. Believe me, we'll be better next week. John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook. Ronnie B. here in Las Vegas. Rampart Casino King. Quick shout-outs. John Ryan, I'll start with you. Any promotions, any shout-outs, then Ronnie B will go to break and come back and jump back into the NFL. John Ryan.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Quick shout-out. We're about to go to break, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you send me an email, johnryansports@gmail.com, or visit me on the X with 16,000 followers now at John Ryan Sports #1.
There you go. You got the social media on lock. They still shadow ban me. I'm never going to promote your political positions, people. Right, left, up, or down. I just don't care. Ronnie B, quick shout out. Tell them where you're going to be today to give them that grease live. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what, I'll be over at the Marriott again in about an hour or so. But go to Ronnie B 702 on Instagram and follow my picks that I give out on a daily basis. We're running about 9-2-1 right now. So come and join us, follow us, and make some money.
Right. And I've known Ronnie B personally. We've broken bread, bet in the casino 1,000 times. He's got solid picks. You guys keep it locked here. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, 107.1 FM, AM 1400. Shout out to my main man, Mark Hayes, getting that new system in here, man. Dropped a little bit of grease for you. All the producers helping me put this show together. We appreciate it. So support our sponsors. Listen to these breaks. And again, VSX Digital Sports Networks. We've got advertising space for you, but it's filling up fast. So you want to get in touch with me, listen to the commercial, and get it locked. JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. Money is to be made. Let's get it.
You're listening to the boss of the big JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
Step into a world of refined taste with Flaviar Whiskey. As a member of this exclusive whiskey club, you'll immerse yourself in a journey where every sip unveils layers of luxurious flavor and unmatched elegance. Discover the art of whiskey, crafted for those who appreciate the finer things. Join Flaviar and elevate your evening with the smooth, sophisticated spirit that defines exceptional taste. Membership opens the door to a world of rare and exquisite whiskey, curated just for you. Pour yourself a glass and let the blues carry you away. Flaviar Whiskey. Experience the exceptional. Join now.
Join Flaviar Whiskey Club exclusively at jbtheticket.com.
Yo. You're in the mix. Orioles finest.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Back at you live this Sunday, Week 1 NFL. JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. So glad to have you guys listening to me here. AM 1400, 107.1 FM here in Las Vegas. Waking you up, taking you to church, and making sure you can stop by the bank this afternoon. The ATM. John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook on the line with me. RotoWire.com contributor, along with Ronny B here locally, Las Vegas, the king of the Rampart Casino. Let's jump into another dog, folks. NFL is live. Talking about those Denver Broncos. That's right, the Denver Broncos got a new quarterback in Bo Nix, a guy I was high on in the college ranks when he was down at Auburn and then moved up to Oregon. Now he's starting for the Denver Broncos, going up against the Seattle Seahawks, a surprising team last year with their resurgence under Geno Smith. -6 for the Seahawks today in Seattle. So we want to jump into this one. Going over to you, Ronny B. I've been looking at this game for the past couple of weeks. A lot of people have written off the Denver Broncos, but when you go into that rotation number 475, Denver Broncos, +6.5, +235 on the money line. Decent dog payout. Total is 42. But you've got the Seattle Seahawks there at rotation number 476 trying to get that touchdown spread. -280, a little bit too expensive for me, but I do like this dog, and I do have them on my list today. Denver Broncos to cover that 6.5. I think it's going to be solid quarterback play. Denver did trade away Jerry Jeudy. They don't know if they're going to have a strong wide receiver core, but they just have been saying a lot of great things about Bo Nix in preseason and in camp, that he realizes he's in the NFL and he's throwing the NFL receivers, so he's trying to use them as they are. Throw who's there. He's in the NFL, they're in the NFL. Get to work. Ronny B., your thoughts. Denver, are they a dog that's barking?
Well, JB, I don't believe they are today. I think they could be down the road, but first-time quarterbacks coming out and playing in the NFL don't rank usually too high in statistics. And Seattle at home is a beautiful place today, I think.
Yes. You got the 12th man out there. It's kind of difficult.
Yes, very much.
Welcome to the NFL for Bo Nix. John Ryan, it sounds like you're in the sports book, man. Sounds like you're trading money. Got to hold that one back.
It's dead quiet here.
Oh, okay. Well, Ronny B's probably the one over at the casino or getting ready to roll over there. Something's going on. But I'm going to throw that one back over to you, John Ryan. The Denver Broncos are a team that has been on the downswing for several years. Great drafting at the pick positions, like, 5, 6, 7 top draft picks. Just weren't getting it done, though. Trading for quarterbacks, they couldn't do it. But Bo Nix, they're so high on him. I'm like, look, even if you can't get inside of that spread, you're going against the 12th man. a rude awakening welcome to the NFL. Remember, he did play in the Pacific Northwest. He played at Oregon. So he may have some fans there as well. John Ryan, go ahead.
Well, I think this is a game you back the future Hall of Fame coach in Sean Payton with Denver. And, we all know that first-time quarterbacks making their debut are to be avoided like a plague. But we also know that over time, I've been doing this 30 years, these trends end up stopping. Like the Monday night trend, the Monday night football, betting on dogs just blindly has done extraordinarily well. Well, someday that's going to stop. It's just like watching the stock of NVIDIA or Apple Computer go up to the moon. Eventually, it's going to stop and it's going to correct. So I think you've got to discount these, especially with first-time quarterbacks here in week one, at least this season. And don't put any emphasis on that and put more emphasis on who the head coach is and how the coaching staff looks and what type of season they had before and if they're going to bounce back. I'll ask both you guys, how many times have we seen a team win 6 or 7 games in the previous season suddenly become a playoff team the following season? It happens a lot in the NFL. So I like backing Denver here with like pizza money, probably not more than that, and we'll see what happens.
I think it's a dog that's barking. It's a spread that you can get inside if you could have bought it up. I don't know how the teasers are going. The sports books are getting super cheap. Keeping that money inside. We're going to go here to Las Vegas. I do like that dog, Denver Broncos. I bought them up early in the week, put them on a ticket. Las Vegas Raiders, rotation number 471. You're just talking about one of those teams that won a couple of games last year and can try to turn it around. They're trying to do it here on the road in Las Vegas. -3, the Los Angeles Chargers at home. They're the -3 team. Rotation number 472, -155 for the Chargers and +134 on the money line for the Raiders. This is probably the best price game on the board today. The Raiders did beat the Chargers at home back last season. It was like 55-60-10, something crazy. But that was an issue with the Chargers. They were going through some coaching changes. Players wanted out. Austin Eckler is out of there. They traded away a couple of wide receivers. But coming back to the Las Vegas Raiders, they've got some questions as well. Devontae Adams has had to try to explain himself not wanting to get out of town. We had the Jimmy Garoppolo debacle last year. The strippers got him. So what are the Raiders going to do today? I mean, they're out in L.A., a lot of Raider Nation fans in L.A. It could be similar to a home game. +3. Is it going to be that tight? Go ahead. I'll start with you, Ronnie B.
Well, this is a game kind of like the Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants for me. It's one of those I'm going to watch. But if you had to play it because you're in Vegas and you're a Raider fan, be careful. Minshew over Herbert. I just can't bet Minshew over Herbert.
John Ryan, your thoughts. Go ahead.
I agree 100% with what Ronnie said. You can't go with Gardner Minshew here, even though he's only a 3-point dog. There's a lot of situational angles supporting the Raiders, but I think, you go with, even though he's a new head coach, he's really not, because he coached the 49ers and did pretty good last year in college football from what I hear. But seriously, I think the Chargers, if you have to bet this game, you take the favorite, and plus the total is quite low, making it easier for the Chargers to cover the spread. Total's only 40 points, so you're not to have scoring volatility like you would with a game at 52.5, like we have later tonight at 8 o'clock. So I think the Chargers are the pick, and if you have to play the game.
There you go. He likes the Chargers in the pick. I'm off of this game as well. Just want to see what the Raiders can do offensively, because there has been some questions around that. Let's go to another game today. Priced much tighter than I expected. It's the late afternoon game. Rotation number 477. All my friends down in Texas, Flower Mound, Dallas, metropolitan area, thank you guys so much for listening each and every week. Talking about your Cowboys. Their road dog today, +1, +105 is spread payout, and the money line isn't much more at +115, but they're playing against the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson, unfortunately, this week, he said he lost his father. Should still be getting the start, though. Could be playing with inspiring football, with all of the emotional things that he's got going on. But they're only -1, so this one's kind of a pick 'em. -135 if you like the Browns at home. A decent price. Another short total at 41.5. Going over to you, Ronnie B. This is another tight matchup. Do you think that the Dallas Cowboys can be a dog that'll bark for you? And maybe, John Ryan, when you second this, some in-game betting here with the Cowboys. They showed me some exciting things out of preseason, and if Dak Prescott can remain healthy, they've got CeeDee Lamb under contract. I think they're a team that's poised to make some noise. Go ahead, Ronnie B.
Well, I give a look at this game I have, and something just hit me in here. It looks like Cleveland is now a 2.5-point favorite. Did this flip all of a sudden, guys? I don't know. But I'm looking at the line. It flipped to Cleveland minus 2.5.
Probably just a lot of money coming in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like the side, but I did give out to clients, and I'm going to give it out here free on the radio. I gave the under out, okay? The defense for Cleveland last year averaged giving up only 13.8 points a game, and Mr. Watson doesn't throw the ball very well. He completes 50% if he's lucky. So I'm going to play, and I gave out the total, but be careful because this line just flipped to 2.5 from what I see.
There you go. Got to watch out for what the bookmakers are doing. Again, I think that has something to do with us being on the line. You can listen on KSHP all around the country, iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, you name it. I'm there. Get the replay of the show about an hour after game time here live or right before game time. Information is still good for you for some in-game betting. Let's talk about another rookie starting today. They've got him in the favorite, but he's on dead football money. Rotation number 466, the Chicago Bears. And Caleb Williams, -4, -205. Total of 44 going up against the Tennessee Titans, another road dog at +4, +175 here. I think that the way this math works, if you like the Titans, take a money line, but the Chicago Bears, a lot of folks are high on them. They've got Odunze. They've got a lot of players who can really get out and believe that they can have a turnaround season. They got rid of Justin Fields. Nobody seemed to like him. That's fine. But they're high on Caleb Williams. I'll start off with you, John Ryan. The spread is a little odd, though, -4. So we're really talking a touchdown here. And if you look at the money line, it's -205. It looks like the books are trying to lure me into betting for the Tennessee Titans here on a money line dog ticket. Could be a sucker's bet. Go ahead.
I tend to agree with that. The sucker's bet might be in play here. The one thing that keeps me from being really bullish on the Bears is the fact that first overall pick of any draft in the history of football that has ATS records. You're not going to believe this. Week 1, they are 2-20 with one push against the number. They're also 0-13 against the spread if it is their first game ever in the NFL. So that makes it tough to back the Bears. But, I mean, this guy is so much better than your typical quarterback. So I have to discount that trend and go with the talent. I think the Bears get it done. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game, but I think the Bears win the game.
There you go. He likes the Chicago Bears. I'm taking the under in this game for the simple fact that I think that you've got rookies. You've also got Will Levis coming in. Shout out Will Levis, Kentucky. Yesterday, they did lose. I gave out South Carolina as a dog, +9. Thank God that came through for me. But you essentially have got two rookie quarterbacks going against each other. And if you're going to go talent-wise, like you said, John Ryan, the Bears would be a solid play here in the under, just simply because I think Caleb Williams is a better quarterback, and I think that Will Levis, while he does get the start, we're not sure where his weapons are going to come from. This is a new-look Tennessee Titans team. We got to see who the stars are going to be. Chicago, we know they've got some stars lined up for you. So when we take this short commercial break and come back, guys, we're going to finish up the show, give our best plays of the day. Thank you so much for waking up with me. John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook. You can follow him on the X at John Ryan Sports 1. Ronnie B here in Las Vegas, King of the Rampart Casino. You can follow him on Instagram at Ronny B702. That's RONNY 702. And, of course, me, JB The Ticket, on Instagram at JB The Ticket. So, again, guys, we want to talk about this one. Tennessee Titans, Chicago Bears. Ronnie B, your best pick on this one. John Ryan, your best pick. Then we'll come back from the break to give the best of the best picks and get to that sports book to enjoy Week 1 NFL Sunday. It's here, folks. It's time to get some money. Go ahead, John Ryan.
My best bet for the show, JB, is the Cleveland Browns. I think they're going to take care of business here in a low-scoring affair. And Dallas, as we know, was not the same offensive team that they were at home last year. I think Cleveland wins this one possibly by double digits.
Wow, he likes the Cleveland Browns to win it double digits. Ronnie B, go ahead. Your thoughts on that one. The Raiders we just talked about. And, again, if you even want to go back up and talk a little bit about that Denver Broncos game. I mean, I haven't seen it move much. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to stick with my play that I gave out to Seattle, But my best play of the day, if that's what you want right now.
Nope. Don't give them that right now. We'll take this short commercial break, Ronnie. Okay. You hang on the line. I'll be back with you guys. You guys stick with me. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Step into a world of refined taste with Flaviar Whiskey. As a member of this exclusive whiskey club, you'll immerse yourself in a journey where every sip unveils layers of luxurious flavor and unmatched elegance. Discover the art of whiskey, crafted for those who appreciate the finer things. Join Flaviar and elevate your evening with the smooth, sophisticated spirit that defines exceptional taste. Membership opens the door to a world of rare and exquisite whiskey, curated just for you. Pour yourself a glass and let the blues carry you away. Flaviar Whiskey. Experience the exceptional. Join now.
Join Flaviar Whiskey Club exclusively at jbtheticket.com.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Back at you live, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express here in Las Vegas, 107.1 FM, AM 1400 around the world, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn, you name it. I am here. John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook. RotoWire.com on the line with me. And, of course, Ronny B here in Las Vegas. So we want to talk about it, guys. Got about 10 minutes left. Couple of games here. Giving a shout out to you, Ronny B. Again, you were about to give out your best play of the day. I think we're going to talk about it right now. Rotation number 479, the Los Angeles Rams are a dog on the road. Again, shout out to the Rams. KSHP is the flagship station for the Rams. So if you're a Rams fan, you can tune in at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:20 p.m. Pacific, and listen to that right here on 107.1 FM and AM 1400. They're going up against the Detroit Lions, a resurgent Detroit Lions team under Jared Goff. Head coach has been balling out, getting these guys to believe for him. -4.5, though. We got that dead money again. This one has got to be a touchdown or better. -220 for the Detroit Lions. Ronny B, the total 52.5. Throwing this one at you. Do you like Detroit to continue what they're doing? They've got great defense. Aiden Hutchinson, they got the Anzalone guy. They beefed up their secondary. They've got Amon-Ra St. Brown on the offensive side, wide receiver. Jared Goff has come into his own, and they've got a fiery head coach. Is this a recipe for the Lions to come in and get it done today? Or on the other side, do you like the Rams to come in with Matt Stafford coming back to his old team, a little bit long in the tooth, and they've got some offensive changes as well? But go ahead.
I'll tell you what, the guns will be out on this one. I think they're going to be firing the ball down the field. And the line moved on the total. So I'm going to go with the line movement on the total. I like the over 52. I think both teams are loaded for bear, and it could be a very entertaining game this afternoon.
There you go, talking about the late-night game. Again, Los Angeles Rams. We are the home of the Los Angeles Rams right here, KSHP 107.1 FM, AM 1400, +4.5. This is a road dog that could be barking, but I don't know enough about their offense to see if they can get the points up to score. +4.5. This looks like a teaser play. +185, dog position, money line, win by one, lose by none. But how are they going to get around that Detroit Lions defense? John Ryan, Detroit has been a serious team over the last couple of seasons. And when they won their season opener last year versus Kansas City, no one saw that coming. They've got a little bit lesser opponent in the respect that they haven't won a Super Bowl, but the Rams did get there. Sean McVay's a young head coach. He's got a lot of changes on offense. I know you like talking about head coaches and how that matchup is to be played. Go ahead.
That's a good point. I think this is not going to be those chess match, coaching head-to-head things. I think this is going to be a wide-open affair. I have a lean definitely on the over here. I'm going to play live in-game, hoping for a slower start and get this price around 47.5 during the first quarter. But it's a tremendous matchup. The one thing that sticks out in my head is I would have thought intuitively that the Lions should be favored by 6, maybe 6.5. And it's making me lean on the Rams a little bit because of that, meaning that the market is telling me that the Rams might be the correct pick here and could win the game. But I think it'll be the highest scoring game of the day. And betting over both team totals with pizza money, I think that's a solid opportunity as well.
There you go. I like that one here. And again, talking about the Rams, they've got some questions, again, on the offensive side. I want to see if Sam Bradford can bring along some of these younger receivers. And there's been some questions from the running back side. But again, tune into the post-game Rams show. My main man, Mark Hayes, should be able to come back in the studio today or give a call in. I'll get it set up for him right here, 107.1 FM AM 1400. You guys will be able to see that on the YouTube channel they're putting together as well. So it has been an interesting day, guys. I thank you so much for stopping by. We're getting ready to get out of here and get to the book for Week 1 NFL. Now it's time to go around the big board and get our best plays of the day. Ronnie B., I'll start with you. Go ahead, my friend.
I'm going to give you the Jacksonville Jaguars as the best play today. Mr. Tyreek Hill got pulled over by the police this morning. He might be a little upset.
Might be a little bit late to kick off. Going over to you, John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook, best play of the day.
The Cleveland Browns, for sure. I think their defense is going to shut down Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I think the chemistry in the Cowboys is terrible. And until proven wrong, when they are on the road, I think they're a fade.
There you go. And I'm going to go against all of my religion here. I'm taking the New England Patriots. That's right, a New York guy taking that Boston squad. Shout out to the folks over at East Coast Sports Investors. Haven't talked to them in a while. We'll be having them back on hopefully this season. Jeff Dawson, Scotty Beam 'em up Webb. I'm going with the New England Patriots +9 today in that dog position. I just don't see a strong Cincinnati Bengals offense. And if they don't have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and the rest of the crew, who's going to step up? We saw what happened with that last year. And even though it's a home game, -9 is too much for the Bengals. So that's a wrap, guys. I'm sticking with my dog play. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show this morning. John Ryan, Predictive Sports Betting Playbook, rotowire.com. Be sure to follow him on the Xbird at John Ryan Sports 1. Ronnie B, 702 here in Las Vegas on Instagram. And I'm your host and boss of the Big Board. Signing off for this Week 1 NFL. Gave you our best plays of the day, guys. We'll all say it together, but I'm going to say it loud enough for everybody to hear it. You know what time it is. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the Big Board.